Hi everyone, and welcome back to My Dad and Liam. I'm Liam.
And I'm the dad, Arthur. We're a son and father duo from London who have called the beautiful chaos of Indonesia our second home for the last 20 years.
A massive thank you to our founder, Aisha, for making all of this happen. If this is your first time joining us, we'd be so grateful if you could take a moment to subscribe, like, comment, and share. It really helps our small channel grow.
Just a small note before we begin. Everything we discuss here is purely our personal opinion, based on our own experiences. We sincerely apologize for any inaccuracies, mistakes, or if we accidentally say something that causes offense. That is never our intention.
Exactly. You might also notice that there's no video and no pictures of us, just a yellow and black vintage television. That's on purpose. We feel it's a more comfortable and personal way to just talk and listen, without any distractions. For our international friends, subtitles are available. Click CC to select your language. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, and let's get into it.
Right, Dad. Today I want to talk about something that is so fundamentally Indonesian that I think it might be the lifeblood of the nation. It's an entire cultural experience that can be boiled down to two things: deep-fried snacks and spicy chili paste.
Ah, you're talking about the sacred ritual of Gorengan and Sambal. Good heavens, it's more than just food, isn't it? It's a national pastime.
It really is. Let's start with Gorengan. For our listeners who might be new to this, it literally means fried things. But that description doesn't do it justice. Dad, paint a picture for them. The classic roadside stall.
Oh, it's a multi-sensory experience. You're usually stuck in traffic. Maybe it's just started to drizzle. And then you see it. It's a small glass cart, often a bit foggy from the heat inside, pushed by a man with a wok of bubbling oil that has seen centuries of service. Yeah, the sound alone, that sizzling sound is a siren's call. And the smell of the hot oil and the batter, it just pulls you in.
Yeah.
And the selection is always staggering. It's not just one or two things. You have the classics, bakwan, which is a savory vegetable fritter with carrots and cabbage.
A favorite.
Pisang goreng, which is battered and fried banana, sweet and incredible. And tahu isi, stuffed fried tofu.
Don't forget tempeh goreng, thinly sliced fermented soybean cakes, fried until they're impossibly crispy, or ubi goreng, the fried sweet potato. You point at the ones you want. He puts them in a flimsy plastic bag with a single sheet of brown paper that does absolutely nothing to stop the grease.
Nothing at all.
Your hands are slick with oil afterwards, but you just don't care. It's part of the charm.
Exactly. But you can't talk about gorengan without its essential partner, the tiny, unassuming, potentially lethal green chili pepper, the cabe rawit.
Oh, the green stick of dynamite. Have to tell the story of your first time. I know you've told me before, but it's a cautionary tale for any newcomer.
All right. So, picture this. 20 years ago, I'm a fresh-faced Londoner. My palate is accustomed to, at most, a bit of Coleman's mustard.
Yeah.
I'm feeling adventurous, so I buy a piece of warm, fried tofu. The seller, with a knowing smile, throws in this tiny, innocent-looking green pepper. I think, oh, how lovely, a sort of palate cleanser.
Oh, Dad, no!
I popped the whole thing in my mouth and chewed. For about 2 seconds, there was nothing, just a fresh green taste. And then pandemonium. It was a volcanic eruption starting at the back of my throat. My God! My eyes were watering, my nose started running, my ears felt hot. I think I saw colors I hadn't seen since the 70s. The man who sold it to me just watched me laughing and handed me a bottle of sweet iced tea like he was a paramedic at the scene of an accident he knew was going to happen.
The standard procedure.
Okay, that was my true Indonesian baptism. By fire, literally.
But now you're a pro, which leads us to Sambal, the chili paste. It's not just about raw heat, is it?
Not at all. That was my second great culinary discovery here. When we first arrived, I thought sambal was just one thing: red, hot, and dangerous. But it's an art form.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in a little warung, a small roadside eatery in Yogyakarta, and they brought out the main dish with 3 little saucers. One was dark and pungent, one was bright red and oily, and one was green with bits of shallots.
Ah, you got the full tour. The dark one was likely sambal terasi with fermented shrimp paste. The red, probably sambal bawang with garlic and shallot. And the green one sounds like sambal ijo.
Exactly. And tasting them, that's when I understood. One was smoky and deeply savory. One had a sharp, fiery kick. And the green one was fresher, almost zesty.
Right.
It wasn't just heat. It was flavor. Complex, layered flavor. It completely transformed the meal. After 20 years, my tolerance is now at a level that would probably frighten my former self. My London palate is a distant memory.
It's true. I find myself saying, kurang pedas, not spicy enough, which is something I never thought I'd say. But it all comes back to that core experience, doesn't it? The sharing.
Yes, absolutely. You never buy just enough for yourself. It's an unspoken rule. You buy a big bag of Gorengan for 10 or 15,000 rupiah. That's less than £1, and you bring it back to share.
Yeah, always.
Remember when the power went out in our neighborhood last month for hours?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What was the first thing we did? We sent the driver out on his motorcycle, and he came back with 2 massive bags of hot gorengan and a few candles. We all sat in the living room sharing these greasy, wonderful things in the dark. It made everything better.
It's a comfort food.
It's a comfort food, and it's the great leveler. I've seen men in crisp suits step out of a brand new Mercedes and stand in line at a gorengan cart right behind a construction worker covered in dust. And they're both there for the same reason. They both get the same plastic bag.
In that moment, they're just 2 blokes who want a bit of fried tempeh.
That, to me, is the magic of it. It's the simple, delicious, unifying heart of daily life here.
Well said. I don't think I'll ever look at a piece of fried tofu the same way again. It's not just a snack, it's a story of community.
And a story of survival if you accidentally eat the chili.
Oh, okay. Let's wrap it up there before we both rush out to find the nearest cart.
And that's all the time we have for today. We hope that gave you a little taste of life in Indonesia. We're always looking for new ideas for what to talk about next.
That's right, so please leave us a comment below. What topics about Indonesia would you like to hear us discuss next? Culture, food, daily life, funny stories? Let us know.
Thanks so much for listening to My Dad and Liam. We'll talk to you next time.